We start off with TAIWAN over in Morocco. TAIWAN, a mountain pass located in the Atlas Mountains, connects Marrakesh and Taroudant. This approximately 180-kilometer road is characterized by its challenging and treacherous conditions. The pass lacks barriers along the edge, and local drivers are notorious for their high speed and zigzag driving style along the route. Driving on TAIWAN at night is strongly discouraged due to the absence of proper lighting and limited visibility there. In addition to all of that, the road becomes even more hazardous because of the weather conditions, with frequent landslides and avalanches occurring during the winter season, further adding to the risks associated with traveling on this route. The road at the number 9 spot is Col du Chaussy in France. Commencing at the renowned Les Lacets de Montavenir, this breathtaking mountain pass stretches over a distance of 13.8 kilometers and offers panoramic views of the picturesque valley below. Frequently traveled through by cyclists, this vertigo-inducing road is considered one of the safer routes in this episode due to the presence of sturdy cement barriers along its edges, but it's definitely still a very dangerous road. From there, let's take a look at Canning Stock route over in Australia. The Canning Stock route is renowned as one of Australia's beloved cross-country routes, although it may lack when it comes to being visually appealing though. This desolate, remote, and dusty road presents its own set of obstacles and hardships. Stretching approximately 1,850 kilometers through Western Australia, completing the entire route typically takes around 3 weeks, and it necessitates ample supplies. The extreme heat during the summer adds to the challenges of passing. It's a very long route. Next up at number 7, we have Pokhara to Jumsam to Mukhnap in Nepal. Spanning over 155 kilometers, this Himalayan highway runs through Kali Gandaki Gorge, one of the deepest in the world. And the Pokhara to Jumsam to Mukhnap road sits about 1,340 to 3,800 meters above the Gandaki River, giving you stunning valley views. Much like other roads built on a rugged mountainscape, the Pokhara to Jumsam to Mukhnap road is prone to mudslides, flooding, potholes, and unexpected rock falls. From there, let's take a look at COTAHUASI Canyon Road in southern Peru. Traversing the rugged terrain of southern Peru, the COTAHUASI Canyon Road takes adventurers through a captivating landscape. Beyond the town of Chuquibamba, the road transforms into an unpaved route spanning 35 kilometers. It's definitely a narrow and dusty pathway that can only be navigated by four-wheel drive vehicles, because you definitely need that extra traction in a four-wheel drive vehicle. For sure. The COTAHUASI Canyon Road meanders through one of the deepest canyons on the planet, boasting a depth roughly twice that of the famous Grand Canyon. Despite its remarkable natural beauty, this road remains relatively undiscovered by tourists. Along the way, travelers can find various camping spots and scenic overlooks, providing opportunities to immerse themselves in the awe-inspiring surroundings there. Moving on to the number 5 spot, let's take a look at the Stelvio Pass over in Italy. The Stelvio Pass definitely stands out to other dangerous roads in this episode due to the captivating alpine scenery that poses a distraction to drivers. Spanning 46.8 kilometers, this road features an impressive series of 48 hairpin bends, making it one of the highest paved mountain passes in the Eastern Alps. In fact, it was hailed as the top driving road in 2008 by Top Gear. Either way, to ensure safety, the Stelvio Pass is equipped with cement barriers that provide a protective barrier for motorists, bikers, and cyclists, preventing them from accidentally veering off the edge. Despite the challenges it presents, the road rewards travelers with breathtaking views of the surrounding alpine landscape, creating a memorable and exhilarating driving experience, that's for sure. Coming down to the number 8 spot, we have 99 Bend Road to Heaven, and this one is found in China. Located within Tiananmen Mountain National Park in China, the 99 Bend Road stretches over 11 kilometers and is known for its remarkable 99 hairpin bends. As you navigate this road, you'll be greeted by sheer drops of approximately 1,175 meters with no protective barriers to prevent vehicles from plunging over the edge. Yeah, that's pretty scary. The daring engineering feats of China are exemplified not only by the 99 Bend Road, but also by the Zhangjiajie Grand Canyon Glass Bridge, which is internationally recognized. The dangers of the 99 Bend Road extend beyond its twisting and turning path and steep cliffs though. The region where it's located is prone to earthquakes, which adds another layer of risk to people that are traveling this route. However, despite the inherent dangers, the 99 Bend Road attracts people who seek the adrenaline rush and the opportunity to see the surrounding landscape. That just doesn't stop them at all. Yeah, people are brave, I'm telling you, man. Next up at number 3, we have the TAROKO Gorge Road. This one is found in Taiwan. The TAROKO Gorge Road winds its way through a mountainous landscape, spanning approximately 19 kilometers. The highway is characterized by its narrow width, numerous blind turns, and the persistent risk of rockfalls, earthquakes, and landslides. Now, the appeal of the TAROKO Gorge Road lies in its surroundings. Of course, it's adorned with lush cliffs and flowing rivers. This natural beauty attracts a steady flow of visitors, including tour buses, cyclists, and motorcyclists, all seeking a memorable experience along the route. However, the increased traffic and limited space can definitely intensify the challenges of navigating this already super dangerous road. Number 2 takes us to SICHUAN-TIBET Highway, and this is found in China and Tibet. One of the most dangerous roads in Asia, the Sichuan-Tibet Highway poses constant risks such as rockfalls, avalanches, and mudslides. Extending over a vast distance of 2,140 kilometers, this highway reaches a maximum elevation of 4,700 meters. Tragically, the Sichuan-Tibet Highway claims the lives of numerous drivers and pedestrians each year, and the effects of altitude sickness are also a common concern. However, despite the scary challenges posed by the terrain, this highway weaves through magnificent Buddhist monasteries, alpine villages, and even encounters herds of yaks, so it's a pretty scenic route as well. Ending this episode off at number 1, we have the Atlantic Road, and this is found in Norway. Norway, of course, is one of Europe's most stunning countries. And reflecting the country's natural beauty, the Atlantic Road offers beautiful scenery along its 8.3 kilometer stretch. However, the most dangerous section of this road is when the bridge dramatically rises at an unusual angle, hovering over about 300 meters over the ocean. Yeah. Travelers on this road should be prepared to experience the occasional splash from the ocean waves as well. Also, during the winter or stormy weather conditions, visibility can rapidly deteriorate, and the relentless pounding of the ocean adds an extra challenge to the journey. On a clear day, drivers can anticipate exhilarating moments of driving through roller coaster-like zigzags, sharp turns, and curves, creating definitely an unforgettable and adrenaline-filled experience here. Number 10 brings us to ZOJILA Pass in India. Linking Ladakh and Kashmir, this Himalayan highway located in India stretches over a distance of 9 kilometers, winding along a mountainside that sits at an elevation approximately 3,528 meters above sea level. The rugged dirt road lacks any railings or protective barriers, leaving no buffer to prevent vehicles from plummeting down. The ZOJILA Pass, beset by rainfall, strong winds, heavy snowfall, and frequent landslides, typically remains closed during the winter months. Now, the challenging rocky terrain mandates that only off-road vehicles are capable of traveling this path. Coming in at the number 9 spot, we have Skipper's Canyon Road over in New Zealand. Skipper's Canyon Road, an unpaved and railing-free highway stretching over 26.5 kilometers, bears the legacy of its construction nearly 140 years ago. Resourceful miners of that time harnessed hand drills and gunpowder to carve the road into the mountainside. Presently, Skipper's Canyon Road has become a renowned tourist destination due to its captivating vistas. However, it does remain an inherently perilous route. In fact, the road is deemed so hazardous that vehicle insurance providers refuse to cover any claims arising from accidents on this road. Moving on to the road at number 8, we have the Siberian Road to Yakutsk in Russia. Stretching approximately 1,132 kilometers through Siberia to the Russian city of Yakutsk, this remote and icy road stands as one of the most frigid driving routes. It is among the few places worldwide besides Antarctica where the lowest recorded temperatures in history have been documented. While traveling on the Siberian Road in winter presents, of course, significant challenges, but the arrival of summer introduces a whole new obstacle. So what happens is, as the snow melts, the road transforms into a mud trap which can ensnare passing vehicles. Despite the dangers though, this route remains frequently traveled, unfortunately claiming numerous victims every single year due to heavy snowstorms, reduced visibility, and of course the mud that comes with the changing seasons. North Yungas Road in Bolivia comes in at the number 7 spot. Dubbed the Road of Death. Yeah. This 80-kilometer highway links Coroico and La Paz. Characterized by its awe-inspiring twists and turns, this remarkably narrow road spans a mere 3.5 meters and lacks protective barriers, exposing vehicles to the drop of nearly 4,600 meters down into the Amazon Valley. The North Yungas Road, shrouded in fog, rain, and dust clouds, severely hampers visibility, reducing it to near zero along the entire stretch. Mudslides are also frequent, and over the years, the North Yungas Road has tragically claimed the lives of approximately 200 to 300 individuals annually. However, thanks to the implementation of guardrails, road paving, and widening certain sections of the road, these numbers have declined in recent times. From there, let's travel to India. In number 6 spot, we have the Kilar to Pangji Road. Extending over a vast distance of 114 kilometers across India's Kishtwar Mountains, this road has witnessed numerous reported losses of life alongside countless others that have remained unrecorded. With cliffs plunging more than 2,500 meters and lacking any railings or protective barriers along its edges, it's easy to see why this road is among the most dangerous in the world. Adding to the hazards, the road's structural integrity has greatly deteriorated over time, as it was constructed by villagers centuries ago and has received no maintenance or repairs since. The route remains unpaved, allowing for the passage of only one single vehicle at a time. And due to the prevalence of mudslides during winter, the road is exclusively accessible during the summer months. Coming in at the number 5, we have Karakoram Highway in Pakistan and China. Linking Pakistan's Punjab province with China's Xinjiang region, the Karakoram Highway holds the distinction of being the world's highest paved road, positioned approximately 4,714 meters above sea level. Spanning a distance of over 1,300 kilometers, this road is plagued by frequent landslides, rock falls, as well as avalanches and also flooding. In addition to these natural hazards, reckless driving and the presence of herds of animals crossing the road have also been attributed to fatal accidents. Compounding the challenges, the absence of barriers along the road's edges expose drivers to greater risk. Guoliang Tunnel Road in China comes next at number 4. Referred to as the Road of No Mistakes, this 1.2 kilometer pathway boasts both scenic beauty and secrecy, tucked away as one of China's hidden gems. Etched into a sheer cliff in the TAIWAN Mountains, this road came into existence between 1972 and 1977 through collaborative efforts of local villagers who use huge amounts of explosives. The mere 5.4 meter height and 3.5 meter width, the tunnel accommodates the passage of only 2 vehicles, and that's done with great difficulty. Hazards such as mudslides, rockfalls, dense fog, and slippery surfaces further contribute to the risk associated with this roadway. Moving on to number 3, we have Fairy Meadows Road in Pakistan. The journey along Fairy Meadows Road in Gilgit-Baltistan region is undoubtedly one of the most nerve-wracking experiences. Like many dangerous roads worldwide, this 16.2 kilometer highway lacks guardrails or protective barriers. The path itself is unpaved and neglected, adding to the challenging conditions. And to make matters worse, the road's width is limited to that of a Jeep Wrangler, and it gradually narrows to such an extent that at the end, one must continue on foot or by bicycle. Within a short distance, the road swiftly ascends an elevation of 2.4 kilometers, requiring you to drive over numerous steep sections without adequate tire traction. Coming down to the number 2 spot, we go all the way to Alaska in the United States, the Dalton Highway. Stretching across an immense distance of 666 kilometers, the Dalton Highway, also known as the Dalton Pass, is perhaps the most dangerous road in the United States. This icy road is frequently used by truck drivers traveling to or from the Prudhoe Bay oil fields, and while portions of the road are paved, it remains susceptible to limited visibility as well as icy conditions. Dangers of the Dalton Highway extend beyond its icy surface though. Harsh and frigid winds, as well as the looming threat of avalanches, add to the dangers of this route. On top of that, the road is relatively isolated, with 3 towns scattered along its extensive 666 kilometer expanse. So it's definitely essential to come prepared with ample supplies, as medical facilities, gas stations, and dining food restaurants are scarce and widely dispersed along the way. Coming down to the number 1 spot, the Bayburt D915 is found in Turkey. The Bayburt D915 is a 179 kilometer long highway that presents one of the most demanding routes globally. Features 29 sharp bends and lacks protective barriers or railings, leaving vehicles in danger of falling off the edge. Now, navigating this twisty-turny road safely solely relies on your driving expertise. You gotta be a good driver. The hazardous nature of the Bayburt D915 is evident by its closure during the winter, as risks of avalanche, snowstorms, and other hazardous weather conditions increases. Nevertheless, despite being aware of the dangers associated with this highway, numerous local residents continue to travel along the Bayburt D915 on a daily basis, employing nearly every available mode of transportation. Number 10 leads us to Sandy Beach. This is located in Hawaii, and it holds a reputation among locals as Broke Neck Beach. Now, this term stems from the shore-break waves that relentlessly crash on its shores, inflicting numerous injuries on visitors and locals. Sandy Beach is blessed with a near constant ocean swell, and this is courtesy of the prevailing northeast trade winds. These short period waves unleash their power on the steep sandy shorelines, forming hollow tubes that attract adventurous souls seeking the thrill of body surfing and body boarding. However, the sheer force of the breakers propels surfers into the shallow sandbar. So even seasoned body surfers can find themselves at the mercy of these powerful waves, leading to a substantial number of injuries. To ensure the safety of those who venture into the waters, Sandy Beach boasts a team of highly trained and experienced lifeguards. Moving on to number 9, we have Second Beach. Located on the Transkei coast of South Africa, Second Beach at Port St. John's is typically regarded as a delightful holiday destination. However, this beach has gained a notorious reputation as the most dangerous in South Africa when it comes to shark encounters. Surfers and swimmers just aren't safe. The presence of bull sharks at Second Beach has contributed to its status as one of the most treacherous beaches for shark activity. Local authorities and beach officials work diligently to inform the public about the risks and implement safety measures to minimize the potential for shark encounters. Nanwan Beach comes up next. This is situated in the southern part of Taiwan, and it's a very popular tourist destination. The main highlight of Nanwan is the sandy beach, which offers a wide array of amenities for beachgoers. However, due to its popularity, Nanwan often becomes too overcrowded. This, of course, poses risks and challenges, particularly concerning the unregulated use of jet skis. They frequently zip along the shoreline in close proximity to swimmers. So, of course, this is very dangerous. Another factor adding to the potential dangers at Nanwan is its location, which makes it susceptible to ocean groundswell generating seasonal typhoons. While this can create favorable surfing conditions for experienced individuals, it does pose significant risks to inexperienced beachgoers. So it's definitely crucial for visitors to exercise caution and prioritize their safety while enjoying the attractions of Nanwan. Coming up at number 7, we visit Imperial Beach. Imperial Beach of San Diego, California is known for its consistent and powerful waves. But just across the international border in Mexico lies a massive wastewater treatment plant responsible for handling all of the wastewater from the city of Tijuana. With a population now exceeding over 2 million people, Tijuana has experienced a significant growth since the 1950s. Unfortunately, though, the wastewater treatment plant is operating well beyond its intended capacity, resulting in the regular discharge of vast amounts of untreated sewage and industrial pollutants into the Pacific Ocean. Compounded by prevailing ocean currents that flow from south to north, up to 140 million liters or 35 million gallons per day of toxic waste are carried across the international border and into Imperial Beach. Local officials diligently issue warnings advising against entering the water due to health risks. However, they have limited control over the influence on the discharge because, of course, it happens in another country, technically. Coming up at number 6, we have New Smyrna Beach. New Smyrna Beach in Florida, on average, experiences around 9 shark bites every single year. The frequent shark activity at New Smyrna Beach can be attributed to the migration patterns of juvenile fish along the Florida coast. So every single year, millions of these juvenile fish embark on a northward journey, creating a feeding frenzy among various predators, including seabirds and, of course, sharks. Consequently, New Smyrna becomes a gathering spot for these predators, leading to an increased likelihood of encountering a shark. VIAGEM Beach comes up next at number 5. Nestled in the northeast part of Brazil, VIAGEM Beach tragically has witnessed over 50 recorded shark attacks in the past 2 decades. In response to this alarming trend, the beach implemented strict regulations since the year 1999, prohibiting surfing and swimming in the waters exceeding 1 meter or 39 inches in depth. Now, the majority of recorded incidences at this beach have been attributed to aggressive species like bull and tiger sharks, both of which are known for their large size and assertive nature. As it stands, the primary approach to safeguarding beachgoers involves keeping them out of the water. As experts and authorities continue to seek viable solutions, beachgoers definitely have to stick to the established regulations and exercise a lot of caution. The beach in at the number 4 spot is MAKUA Beach. This beach is along the shoreline of Kauai, Hawaii, and it's also known as Tunnels Beach. In October 2013, a 13-year-old girl by the name of Bethany Hamilton had her life changed forever. As Bethany was maneuvering through the rolling waves, a colossus tiger shark measuring approximately 4 meters or 12 feet in length emerged. Now the shark seized Bethany, cleanly severing her left arm at the shoulder. Now in a fortunate turn of events, Bethany's quick-thinking friends, they sprang into action and helped to rescue her. Bethany's inspiring journey became the subject of a book and film, capturing the hearts of countless individuals worldwide. And it just showed the real danger that people face at this beach. Number 3 leads us to Esperance. In Western Australia, the town of Esperance has been confronted with a series of devastating shark attacks. In all cases, the attacks have been attributed to great white sharks that inhabit the area. In response to these heartbreaking events, a chorus of voices within the community has called for measures to mitigate the risk of shark attacks. The community is very eager to find a solution that balances the need for safety with the preservation of the ocean's ecosystem. But in the meantime, the residents of Esperance, they must grapple with the risks. They got to deal with it, and hopefully a solution can come out of this. Coming down to the number 2 spot, we have Trois Bassins. The French island of Réunion, located in the Indian Ocean, has been grappling with a concerning surge in shark activity since the year 2011. Tragically, there have been 19 shark incidences, and the impact of these incidences has devastated the island's tourism industry. Surfing anywhere on the island has become just too dangerous. The rise has been attributed to a higher presence of aggressive bull and tiger sharks that are in the area. And despite various theories attempting to shed light on the surge in shark numbers and activities since the year 2011, such as the establishment of a no-take zone on the West Coast, but none have been scientifically proven with a high degree of certainty. Ending this episode off at number 1, we have OKUMA. Prior to 2011, the beach in front of the OKUMA, Japan nuclear plant was vibrant and a very popular destination for surfers, fishermen, as well as beachgoers. However, everything changed on March 11th, 2011. When an immense offshore earthquake struck the region, registering at a magnitude of 9 on the Richter scale. So from there, this triggered a series of powerful tsunami waves. And unfortunately, the tsunami waves reached the Tokyo Electric Power Company nuclear power station. And despite the protective concrete wall around the reactors, one wave, estimated to be over 15 meters or 50 feet in height, it just couldn't be stopped. And as a result, a partial meltdown of the reactor cores occurred, leading to the release of radioactivity into the atmosphere. Now, over a decade later, the surrounding area still remains an exclusion zone. Number 10 leads us to Trift Bridge. The Trift Bridge in Switzerland is an architectural wonder that's built to be incredibly secure. So there's no need to worry about your safety, right? This suspension bridge is specifically designed for pedestrians to cross over the Swiss Alps, spanning 560 feet above Lake Triftsee near the Trift Glacier. For those who are afraid of heights, this attraction may already be a source of terror, and reaching the bridge can be just as challenging. It requires a journey in a cable car, followed by a gondola ride and a strenuous hike uphill for an hour and a half to reach the base of the bridge. From there, we move on to number 9, looking at the ALNWICK Garden. So guys, telling you, don't be fooled by the seemingly innocent name of this garden. It's definitely not your typical garden, so I'll explain. The Duchess of Northumberland, Jane Percy, had a grand plan when she decided to create this garden to bring together some of the rarest and most dangerous plants in the world. While visitors are kept at a safe distance from the toxic plants, anyone daring enough to sneak into the poison garden would be making a grave mistake. Surprisingly, also, the garden's website promotes it as a peaceful and tranquil space where families and children can enjoy themselves. Huh? But yeah, okay, either way, the Poison Garden is the most popular attraction among the many gardens in ALNWICK, and visitors are separated from nearly 100 toxic plants by ominous looking black iron gates that only tour guides are authorized to open. And as expected, visitors are strictly forbidden from touching or ingesting any of the deadly plants. But despite this though, some visitors have reportedly fainted from inhaling toxic fumes while taking a stroll through the garden. The next tourist attraction is Volcanoes National Park. At Hawaii's Volcanoes National Park, the boldest and most daring tourists embark on an adventure like no other, riding bicycles down the slopes of an active volcano. However, this exhilarating attraction has not been without its dangers though. There have been multiple accidental losses of life over the years, prompting temporary closures. And it's important to remember that these volcanoes, they're active. So an eruption can occur anytime, unexpectedly, resulting in, of course, very serious injuries or even fatalities. Kilauea and Mauna Loa are perhaps the most well-known active volcanoes on Hawaii's Big Island, and the Chain of Craters Road offers a very unique opportunity to drive over actual lava flows in the park. It's almost as if you stepped onto a movie set rather than a tourist attraction though. I don't know if I have the stomach to travel on an active volcano. Moving on to number 7, we have Christmas Island. If you're looking for an amazing Australian vacation spot that offers excitement and adventure, well, here we have Christmas Island, home to a plethora of wildlife species, including the notorious coconut crab. While that may sound cute and tropical and all, definitely don't be fooled. These crabs, they can grow up to a size of 3 feet long and sneak up on you. They climb trees, they just pop out of nowhere. It's definitely more reminiscent of a horror movie scene than a Christmas paradise, but either way, that's another story. There are plenty of other safe and enjoyable activities for tourists to experience on Christmas Island. One of the main attractions is witnessing the annual migration of the crabs as they travel to the coast. Over 40 million crabs used to call the island home, so it's definitely a sight to see. Number 6 leads us to the Valley of Death. Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula boasts its own version of the Valley of Death. And this is at the Valley of Geysers, and it's arguably even more dangerous than the American counterpart. While Death Valley is infamous for its extreme temperatures, the danger at the Valley of Geysers lies in the toxic gas that's released by the nearby volcano. This deadly gas has actually wiped out all of the plants and animal life in the valley, and humans experience adverse symptoms upon entering the area. The Valley of Death is a mile-long area located at the foot of the stratovolcano Kikpinich, and the volcanic gases permeate the valley, creating a deadly trap that kills anything that enters. In the late 1900s, researchers determined that the toxic gas is a deadly mixture of hydrogen sulfide, carbon and sulfur dioxide, and carbon disulfide. Number 5 leads us to the El Caminito del Rey. This is an unnerving walkway that's constructed on the edge of a mountain, which has claimed numerous lives, leading to its closure to the public. However, that didn't stop some adventurous people from sneaking onto the path. Following extensive renovations to restore the crumbling concrete and rusty metal supports, the path reopened back in the year 2015. It's been dubbed the King's Little Path, and it's hard to actually fathom using this pathway for any type of transportation at all. It seems safer to just go through a forest than this rickety path hovering 330 feet above the river below. And due to 5 lives being lost between the years 1999 and 2000, the route gained the dubious distinction of being the world's most dangerous walkway. The dangerous tourist attraction coming in at number 4 is the MIDDLEMOOR water park. It's hard to imagine why anyone thought that a water park trebuchet was a good idea, and yet it actually exists. The ride involved being launched from a giant catapult at breakneck speeds for the low price of $60. And the so-called safety net wasn't actually foolproof at all, and riders often suffered injuries ranging from mild concussions to broken bones. Shockingly, the ride remained operational until the year 2022 when tragedy struck. What happened was a rider missed the net and lost their life. And people are wondering what possessed park management to continue operating such a dangerous ride for so long in the first place. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the Cliffs of Moher. The Cliffs of Moher are undoubtedly one of Ireland's most breathtaking natural wonders, and the panoramic views of the Irish countryside and the Atlantic Ocean are to die for. However, the cliff's rugged and treacherous terrain has claimed many lives, making it a popular location for attempts to end one's own life, unfortunately. The cliffs reach an average height of 390 feet, with some parts extending to over 700 feet, making a fall from the top, a certain end to life. Making a fall from the top a certain end of life. Despite the cliff's unfortunate reputation, they remain one of Ireland's most popular tourist attractions, drawing over 1.5 million visitors annually. Coming up next in at the number 2 spot, we have the Festival of San Fermín. Pamplona, Spain has been a charming and peaceful destination most of the year, but it becomes a hub of adrenaline and chaos during the annual San Fermín festival. The running of the bulls, as they call it, is the main event. And this event draws thousands of tourists who want to witness the spectacle of bulls charging through the city streets. However, the festival is not for the faint of heart. Every year, dozens of participants are injured and actually lose their lives because of the raging bulls. Goring is a common injury, and the bull's horns are capable of inflicting serious damage, obviously. So if you're going and looking for a very relaxing vacation, it's definitely best to avoid Pamplona during the festival that happens from July 6th to July 14th. Ending this episode off at number 1, Action Park. Action Park opened its doors in Vernon Township, New Jersey in 1978, and it was a trailblazer for water parks in America. But unfortunately, it was also a pioneer in dangerous and potential lethal amusement park rides. With wave pools that could generate 40 feet waves and water slides with loops, it's no surprise that Action Park became infamous for its high number of injuries and loss of life during its 18-year run. Thankfully, the park finally closed down for good in 1996, and this spared future generations from potential harm.